Welcome everybody, my name is Michael and today we're discussing about Bitcoin correction, a ETF inflow update, whether Monday and Tuesday, today and tomorrow, whether it will backtrack from where it was last week, and if so, that will continue the correction, or if it goes the opposite way, Bitcoin can go from 67,000 back into the 70s, not a problem, because the Bitcoin halving is anywhere from 30 to 32 days away, depending on where you're looking, sometimes 33, 34 days on certain websites. But let's just say it's just a little bit over a month from today. So 4.5 weeks from now, we are looking for sure, maybe even less, it's going to happen. And after that, we can usually expect there could be a boom. And whether it's a big boom or not, either way, there could be a lot of interest, as there was already before. It's always before, after, and during. That's kind of when it calms down. That's when usually most of the action happened before, and people, well, it corrects because people take their money out. They're taking their profits, and then they get greedy again. They want to make money, and we'll be back before you know it. Now, in terms of what's been happening in ETF inflows and some of the altcoins, let's go into that. Demand isn't slowing. Solana meme coins basically flipped Ethereum within the past 24 hours, even though transactions are slowing overall throughout all networks. Right now, we are experiencing also outside, when we're taking a look at stocks and commodities, I mean, it's not just what's happening in cryptocurrencies. We have to look at it at a macro level. And speaking of which, when we're talking about stocks and banking, I have just started my new banking job at another bank this time. And this time it's a larger bank and something that I've gotten a pay raise and, better benefits. And overall, it'll be, there's just pluses from every single way we're looking at it. So I'm very excited. So far, first day went well. So we'll keep you updated. But back to the news. On March 15th, Solana network activity reached over $3.79 billion of volume. On the very next day, March 16th, more than $1.1 billion difference, the delta between Ethereum activity and Solana activity. We're talking over $3.5 billion of volume. So even though it's down from the previous day, it still surpassed Ethereum by huge amounts, so flipped it. And most of that is from Solana's meme coin. A lot of meme coins that are currently available. People are going crazy with DeFi. They want to ensure, hey, if there's an opportunity for me to ride the wave to 100x, I'll do it. Even if it's $100, I'll do it. And with that, all it takes is a couple Twitter accounts, a couple of YouTubers, a couple Reddit posts, and a meme. And there we go. And you have $1 billion project. Welcome to, this reminds me of the 2017 ICO days. This is just one of those fun things again. Now, as always, there's risk involved here. Don't do anything you can't, well, if you can't afford to lose the money, don't do it. That's the simple rule. And if you have a couple $100 to blow, make sure you have an emergency fund and you've invested and diversified in generally safe assets, and then you're always able to have some fun. And even then, you have to remember there's high transaction fees for these smaller amounts, so you have to calculate whether it really makes sense. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but either way, you can have a little bit of fun. Think of it kind of like gambling at the casino for these meme coins, generally. Not all, but 99% of them, yeah, it's, if you get lucky, congratulations. You knock on wood, maybe you play the lottery because you just won your lucky ticket right there. But hey, there's people who have been, making $100,000 off of a single meme coin investment. So you never know. You could be the next one. Update. Well, we posted a video about the BitMEX flash crash where Bitcoin went from 67,000 to 8,900, bouncing back up to 67,000. But that shook investor confidence. A lot of people were like, wait a minute. What's going on here? We were just at 73,000, and now you're telling me we hit 8,900? That's all it takes. It's like wildfire. It's spread everywhere, and now we're at $61,000 in Bitcoin. In addition to that, this is now Tuesday. We're talking, okay, if, depending on how the markets turn out, if Monday and Tuesday are not that great for Bitcoin ETF inflows, which they weren't, they were lower than expected. This was a correction. This is normal, but they were even lower. Then this could impact negatively the market. So right now, ETF flow turns negative. Well, what's going on, you might ask? Who's selling so much Bitcoin? In the BitMEX flash crash, you had a whale. or whale accounts that sold 850 Bitcoin. But this is nothing compared to the ETFs that are doing outflows. It's not just inflows. You have GrayScale spot ETF that has been doing massive sales over the past month. And right now, they beat the record books. They had their largest outflow since its conversion from a trust to an ETF. They set a record. The net outflows from their ETF were at $642.5 million. Everything else with GrayScale was a lot lower. All the inflows as of yesterday, when they were outflowing $642.5 million, were collectively $488.2 million. So everything went down. And all it takes is, hey, the inflows were negative by over $100 million difference. On top of the BitMEX flash crash, on top of some other whales selling here and there because it's a correction, because they want to take their profits, GrayScale's taking their profits. They're happy. They want to make their investors happy. They're a business. They're going to do what a business needs to get done. And they understand that, if Bitcoin continues to rise, we still have some Bitcoin. They have a lot. We're talking, these ETFs, tens of thousands or even over 100,000, over 200,000 for the largest ETFs, Bitcoin. What's selling, $100 million of Bitcoin when you're sitting on billions of dollars? Okay, go cash out your profits, keep your investors happy. And if Bitcoin swings back around, we're still in good territory for most of these companies. They're still very, very profitable, very positive. They're not going to be negative at all. They're just playing it safe. Now, what's interesting is in terms of inflows, Fidelity had its worst day yet for the lowest inflow to date, which was $5.9 million. So you're just thinking, okay, that's a small drop in the bucket there. We've got 11 ETFs. One's majorly selling. Another only hit $5.9 million, even though it's a large company. Well, you have BlackRock. BlackRock's the star player right now. They're the rock star. Their IBIT ETF has taken in $451.5 million, which is pretty impressive. So 451 out of 488.2 million, not bad. I mean, the other ETFs have to step it up, essentially. So is everything all doom? No. This is just normal. It's a correction. And there's data that supports this, as always. So in terms of crypto investment products, in terms of inflows into the market, not even ETFs, we're talking about $2.9 billion. $2.9 billion. This surpassed the previous week, $2.7 billion. Inflows totally, year to date, $13.2 billion. This exceeded 2021's total of $10.6 billion. Despite this, there's a lot of platforms. Ethereum, Solana, Polygon, they saw outflows. Well, Ethereum and Solana, in terms of those two have been in the news recently. You had Denkan update for Ethereum. People were excited. Price went up. They sold. You had Solana. People were going crazy because of the meme coins. Meme coins, there was a lot of people making money left and right. Some people lost big, though. And that activity, that positive activity, it created a lot of pressure. People sold. Polygon, I mean, most of these large products that are receiving a lot of outflows, people are just taking money. There's whales that have decided, you know what, that's it, I'm cashing out. So in terms of regional, global outflows, the U.S. has inflows. The U.S. has led inflows by $2.95 billion. Canada, Germany, Sweden, and Switzerland experienced heavy outflows. Bitcoin dominated the market in terms of $2.86 billion of inflows, represented 97% of the year's total. Short positions on Bitcoin and crypto in terms of equities, well, they saw significant inflows as well. And there's also $8.3 billion of Bitcoin options sitting, depending on where Bitcoin's going to be at the end of the month this March. You have people at 50K, you've got 60, 65, 70K, but $8.3 billion, buy and sell options. What's going to happen? Well, people are on both sides of the coin here. And those who are shorting want to short because they want to get in at a cheaper price so they can make more money when Bitcoin goes up. That's it. Bitcoin's dominating right now at 52.2%. You got Ethereum at 16.3%. In terms of the Fear and Greed Index, you're at 83, with also $2.33 trillion of all the assets altogether. Now, the biggest loser over the past 7 days was Bitcoin SV. Bitcoin SV. Forgot about that one, huh? And that went down 37%. Then you had Satoshi and Floki, which both of those have gone up. Floki was one of the top earners, top meme coins. that is now ranked number 59, but it got briefly in for a top 50 positioning there. Now, in terms of what's doing the best right now, we have Phantom, 0x Protocol, we've got Jupiter, Aptos, and Solana. Solana is currently ranked number 5 with a total market cap over 75, almost $76 billion. That is it for today. Thanks for watching. You have a good one and take care.